Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the latest tech tip from Modern Home Systems. Having an iPhone has made it easier to keep in contact with friends and family. But since most people that have an iPhone keep it on them throughout the day, it also makes it easier to be contacted by who we don't want or when we don't want. Maybe you're at the movies and want to silence your phone, or perhaps you're having a conversation that you don't want to be interrupted. Turning off the iPhone is one option. But what if you're expecting a very important phone call that you'd rather not miss? There's a setting on the iPhone that lets us customize how we receive notifications. Today's tech tip is going to talk about the Do Not Disturb settings on your iPhone. First of all, to access the Do Not Disturb settings, tap on the settings icon on your iPhone. You'll notice at the bottom of the second grouping is an option that says Do Not Disturb. So if we tap on that, it brings us into the Do Not Disturb settings. To enable Do Not Disturb, tap on the switch in the row of Manual. We know it has been turned on because the switch is now green, and if you'll notice, there is a crescent moon at the very top right of the display. Now the next row down is called Scheduled. If we turn this switch on, the phone will actually enable Do Not Disturb at the designated time. So right now mine displays 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., but if you tap on the times, you can change when Do Not Disturb will come on that better fits your schedule. Now to go back into the Do Not Disturb settings, tap on the left pointing caret at the top left of your display. The row below Scheduled says Allow Calls From, and if you'll notice, the default is Favorites. So even if you have Do Not Disturb enabled, if you have someone designated as a favorite in your contact list, it will disable other notifications such as text messages and emails, but still allow calls from favorites. If we tap on that, there are a few changes you can make. So you can allow calls from everyone, no one, or as we already discussed, favorites. You can also allow calls from specific groups if you have groups set up in your contacts. If we go back to the Do Not Disturb settings again, the next row is the option to allow repeated calls to not be silenced. So if we leave the toggle switch green and to the right, a second call from the same person within 3 minutes will not be silenced. So even if a person is not on the list you've designated to allow calls from, if they call twice within 3 minutes, the call will come through. This is handy if you're concerned about missing any important phone calls. The last setting at the bottom is when the iPhone will be silenced if you have Do Not Disturb enabled. The default is only to silence while the iPhone is locked. So if you have Do Not Disturb enabled but are using the phone, it will not be silenced when you receive phone calls. If you want to silence them even when the iPhone is unlocked, maybe if you're in a meeting or showing off something on your iPhone, you can turn on the option to silence the phone always. The easiest way to toggle Do Not Disturb off and on after you've customized the settings is from Control Center. So if you click on your home button to bring you back to the home screen, you can access the Control Center by swiping up from the very bottom of your display. If you notice the crescent moon icon there, just a quick tap on the icon either enables or disables Do Not Disturb. That's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, give us a call or feel free to stop in for a visit.